Belmont Park. It's Perth race number 10 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1,000 metres. Really excited about this race. There's some good speed. And geez, I think we saw a pretty handy one racing recently. It's in this again.
Wasn't that a good performance last start, Adam? We'll have a look at it. Number 5, Amelia's Love. William Pike barging his way out on the turn to beat American Star.
Ruby Can Run, who tried to cut the corner. Master Gold's under heavy pressure next, followed by Vonus. American Star trying to wind up back in the field then, being followed at the head of the others by Amelia's Love. At the 200, Jules Sasso in front, won't be for long. Here comes Amelia's Love storming. It's Amelia's Love. It quickly dashed up, sprinted past them. American Star got to second on the inside, but a great first up win again by Amelia's Love. Beat Americans.
What a performance here by Amelia's Love. Now, the form lines aren't amazing, beating American Star. Hasn't raced here as well, but it's just the way this horse did it. Barrier 12, out wide the whole way. As you mentioned, gem of a ride again from William Pike. This 4-year-old mare is only going to get better with each start, and I think she's going to be suited in this race as well. Now, Lucy Warwick takes a ride. William Pike will ride Audience, but there is going to be good speed in this race with Audience, Sharia Moore, and also Transgressor. I think that'll suit perfectly for Amelia's Love. Getting a nice run from Barrier 2 as well. I think she is the one to beat.
She's a little bit like her sister Karuta Queen. Shows a lot of dash, but this one can come off the pace and has a really nice turn of speed. The stablemate there, William Pike, will be riding Audience and has to be considered a chance. Just forget last start. She ended up in the Stewards book. She blundered the start badly and then was just never in the hunt after that.
Well, see, I'm not going to forget last start at all because I think this summarises this horse. So the reason, obviously, as you said, blundered the start, but mentioned numerous times this horse has been weak when pressured. Now, since going to Justin Warwick, has won 3 of its last 5, so that certainly is a big credit for this horse. But prior to that, any time this gallop had been pressured, it had failed late. It's something that's always stuck in the back of my head with Audience, and it's something that I just took note of there. Now, I still think she'll get to the lead quite comfortably in this race and won't be under too much pressure, which is a big advantage, but she just showed signs of being vulnerable. 56 kilos here, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, back down in class for me, gets the tick. We've also got number 7, Quickly Tenterden as well. Keeps running nice races, but doesn't seem to know how to put them away.
Nope, can't and won't have it. Talked about this horse numerous times. It is a sucker horse. Hasn't won for 415 days. 13 starts, 1 victory. I think there's others in here, like Sharia Moore, which have better form lines, even Jack and Sam as well, so I will not be playing. I'll tip number 5, Amelia's Love, from the stablemate, 4 Audience, 2 Sharia Moore, and 6 Jack and Sam.
I'm going with the stablemate, number 4 Audience, from the 2 Sharia Moore, number 5 Amelia's Love, and 1 Popular.
Race number 6 at Belmont Park. It's Perth race number 12 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1,000 metres. Again, cracking race here. Horses like Sweet Aura. We see the returns of the Miller pair. Our Time Will Come's been a nice 2-year-old. Willowgon's a 3-year-old. Diamond Princess returned in great order last start. Snow Lord gets the run under the belt. And then one that really caught the eye on the trial as well, Jefferson. And then don't forget Red Noir, which gets a 3-kilo claim. They've all got positives.
Yep, number 1 indeed. Sweet Aura, she is the informed filly. Let's have a look at her winning last start, beating Next Generation.
4th is Sweet Aura. Dainty Tess about to pull to her outside, and they're being followed further back then at the head of the others. Over towards the inside next is Quest of Venus. 200 left to go. Snow Lord, Diamond Princess, Next Generation. Now Sweet Aura called upon. She's closing the margin. Dainty Tess can't go on. Sweet Aura taken to the lead by Pike on the outside of Next Generation, and too good for them. Sweet Aura beat Next Generation.
Well, she is the one to beat. There's no doubt about that. Now, 6 career starts, 4 victories and a third. She just continues to lift to whatever challenge is thrown at her. What I like in this race, if they are running on, there is genuine tempo in here, so she is going to attack the line strongly. I'm wondering how many more runs she's got in the prep, but Jason Miller's told us that she seems to be eating well and keeps pulling up well, so why not keep going around?
I'm really intrigued to see what they'll do. Simon Miller will do with his runner here, Swedish Memories. Now look, Paul Harvey rides, but they've gone back at last preparation. I think they'll go push forward here from barrier 6. Paul Harvey rides, certainly a chance.
Well, they only went back for that one start, and that was from barrier 9 in the Group 2 Karrakatta. There was so much speed in that. Prior to that, from barrier 6 and barrier 2, they had gone forward and sat outside the leader of the second pair. They'll do exactly that again in this race. They'll be racing forward, and I think this horse will improve this campaign. I'll take a bit of note that Peter Nucky's riding Guest Express, the 3-year-old gelding by Dick Turpin, was a nice winner last campaign. Good form lines as well around the Celt and Diamond Princess. So I think it's one as well you have to consider.
A couple of nice first starters in here as well. Number 8, G Boss from the Michael Lane Yard, and number 9, Jefferson. Both trialled exceptionally well, especially number 9, Jefferson. Hit the horse like yeah, like a horse going places, this gelding by Schwazi.
Yeah, I got question marks around that G-Boss trial. I wasn't as convinced. The Jefferson one, I really am. I thought it was a really nice performance the way this horse attacked the line strongly. Barrier 1 with the 55 kilos. I think this gelding by Quasi is certainly going to get a chance. We know that Trevor Andrews just has these early runners going nicely as well. So I think this 3-year-old is one to watch going forward. But I'm going to go with the proven form here. Number 1, Sweet Aura from 7, Snow Lord, which will improve after that run under its belt. 4, Our Time will come, and 5, Diamond Princess.
I was really taken by that trial. I'm going number 9 on top, Jefferson. From the 1, Sweet Aura, 2, Swedish Memories, and the 8, G-Boss.
Race 7 at Belmont Park. It's Perth race number 13 for our Singapore viewers over the 1400 metres. Some intriguing form lines coming into this race, Mark. We've got a horse like Already Famous, which we know can get over a cup distance, those country cups. Bay Ella, which has been racing at higher grades. And then horses that are coming from Northern Maiden in Prying Tom as well. So they're certainly from all over the place.
Yeah, another one coming from Northern is Black Aria. She bloused a nice field, and Le Patron as well, who we know is a nice animal. Let's have a look at that win from last start.
Lady, and back behind them Black Aria, forget GPS by the 400. He shakes up Portonian, Card Knight called upon, and Do You Do along the rail. Rancho Man sticking on, and Le Patron and Black Aria at the 200. Portonian now challenged by Card Knight. Do You Do. Here's Le Patron, Black Aria. Harvey went for the whip on Card Knight. Black Aria's going right over the top of them, however. Black Aria dashes past them now, pulls away. Black Aria beat Le Patron.
Strong performance by Black Aria. What I like about this mare is she's so tough. She's a 6-year-old now. She's won the 5 courier races from 34 starts, and she did get a really nice run through that. Now, Le Patron form lines are good. Bourbon Dynasty form lines is good as well. That Galloper, they've been around there as well. Question mark, I guess, at 3 starts ago was beaten 6 lengths by Cronkite, which is in this race, but you can only take her on face value, and that was a strong performance.
It was indeed. Cronkite returns here, as you mentioned as well. Adam was in really good form in his 2 runs with Grant and Alana Williams. William Pike gets the ride from Barrier 1. Looks to be one of the main chances.
Yeah, it certainly does. Now, they've been really patient, Grant and Alana. They mentioned that, well, Cronkite's been nominated a couple of times, but just hasn't been right. So I like that they've been, waiting for that right race and when the horse is right as well. Now, Barrier 1 with the 55.5 kilos, with those 2 wins that we saw, it certainly goes straight back into a leading contender.
Number 2, Baylor, comes out of a 72-plus race behind It's It. Only been 4 lengths on that occasion. Could potentially be good enough for this.
Yeah, look, this is one that I'm just going to throw out in this card more as a bit of a hypothetical, hope things go the way, because look, she hasn't won for 434 days. She's only won 2 from 9 attempts at this distance, but I think she's got a bit of class about her. You only have to go through the form lines around Universal Moon and Vega Magic. The 2 runs this prep have been good around Furious Dame and It's It. She carries 59 kilos. That's no question mark at all. She'll get a nice run from Barrier 3 compared to Barrier 7 and 12, which she's recently jumped in. And I just don't know if this is the strongest 66 plus you'll ever see. I think there's a few question marks around Chasing Chaos, Counter Cat as well, even the Black Aria and Cronkite form lines. They're not incredibly strong, and then step right out of that coming from midweek. So I just thought she might get a chance here. I'm happy to play with her on each way odds. Number 2, Bay Ella. From 5, Cronkite. 4, Counter Cat. And 9, Step Right Up.
I'm going 5, Cronkite on top after the short let up. From 6, Black Aria. Love the way she got home last start. 7, George and Ernie. And 2, Bay Ella.
Race number 8 at Belmont Park. It's Perth race number 14 for our Singapore viewers. Now, we saw all of these gallopers go around at last start in a 78 plus. Now we add Zucros and Kenosha to the field.
Yeah, it looks to be a cracking race, the last one on the day. Good race to finish off the card with. We'll have a look at that last start win from Rebel King and watch Benito in behind it as well.
Starting to push up near the fence to the outside. Black Dynamite. Warwick now making her move with Cool Passion. Hot Goods challenged by Benito. King of the Palace looking for an inside run. Rebel King closing in. Further back behind them, Cool Passion. She can't get to them for the moment. Hot Goods is fighting hard at the 100 from Benito. On the outside, Rebel King and Benito. Benito and Rebel King went to the line. It was close.
There was a strong performance there by Rebel King and Benito, and the one that I would have been watching is Volkov, the way that horse got held up and had to come around Rebel King to attack the line strongly as well. Some really interesting form lines from this race, because when you do take a look at that, I mean, Rebel King's performance was very strong, but now you're giving horses like Benito gets a kilo on it, and that makes me lean towards that way. A horse like Volkov gets 1.5 kilos. I think that Volkov's run was exceptional. The one that I'm still intrigued about as well, I didn't have in my numbers at all there and finished 5th on that occasion, was Hot Goods. Hotwood gets 4.5 kilos now with Sarah Bonner taking the ride. So I think a lot of these horses come right into consideration. Even King of the Palace is worse off in the weights now to Rebel King, but Brad Parnham takes the ride. So it's a tough race to analyse and try to find the winner in.
Yeah, one runner I'm particularly keen on. She was very good to us back in the summer months at Ascot. Kanocha returns here. This mare by Lonhro. Look, she's good enough to win this first up, and look, with Jeff Durant and Jason Miller from Barrier 1, William Pike gets another plum ride and could send the punters home very happy in the last race
She's
of the day.
a quality mare, this one. She's always had feed issues. Don't worry about the bar plates being on. That's how they're going to race her from now on as well. And as you saw last campaign, 3 victories in a row. Prior to that, a second to Military Reign. The form lines are good enough here. There's no doubt about that. Track and distance record. She's never finished outside of the top 3. Barrier 1, as you mentioned, with 55.5. She is going to get a genuine trip throughout. She's a nice addition to this race. But I'm just going to go with the form that we saw from that 78 plus run. And I'm actually going to ignore that Belmont form that I've mentioned to not ignore previous start. And I'm going to tip Volkov here, number 10 from 5 Benito, number 9 Hot Goods, and 2 Rebel King.
Yeah, I've got number 8 on top, Kanocha returning from the 10, Volkov, number 1 Travanator, and the 3.
Time now to turn our attention to the best bet to the card, and I'm going to go with race 2, number 1 Chocoholic, and race 5, number 5 Amelia's Love.
I'm going with race 2, number 1 Chocolate Holic as well, Adam, but I'm going against you in race number 5. I've got 4 Audience as the other one of my best bets.
Well, there we go. Either way, Justin Warwick will be pretty happy. So maybe there's our Quinella that we like to throw out for the listeners there. Make sure you do follow us on social media. You can see on the screen there. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. PerthRacing.com.au for all of your event information. On behalf of both of us, hopefully we found you plenty of